Good evening and welcome back. Tonight we're exploring one of the most captivating figures in all of Greek mythology. As always, I'd love to hear where you're joining me from around the world. Get comfortable, and let's begin this journey into the story of Aphrodite, the goddess of love and beauty. There are two tales of how Aphrodite came into existence, and both reveal something profound about her nature. The first is gentle, almost ordinary for divine births. They say she was the daughter of Zeus and Dione, a titaness of the ancient world, born on Olympus like so many other gods, welcomed into the family of immortals with all the ceremony befitting a daughter of the king of gods. But there is another story, far older and far stranger. This one speaks not of a peaceful birth, but of violence, betrayal, and the sea itself becoming a cradle for divine beauty. Long before Zeus ruled, the titan Cronus rebelled against his father Uranus, the sky. Urged on by his mother Gaia, the earth, Cronus took a great adamantine sickle and waited for his father to descend and embrace Gaia as he did each night. When the moment came, Cronus struck with terrible swiftness. He severed Uranus's genitals and cast them into the sea with a mixture of triumph and horror. The flesh fell into the waves near the island of Cyprus, and the sea began to churn. White foam gathered around the divine remains, swirling and building, touched by the power of a fallen sky god. From that foam, that sacred sea spray mixed with divine essence, a figure began to emerge. She rose from the waves fully formed, not as an infant, but as a woman of breathtaking beauty. Her skin glowed with an otherworldly radiance. Her hair, some say golden as sunlight, others claim dark as night, flowed around her like the sea itself. She stood upon a giant scallop shell, and as the waves carried her toward shore, flowers bloomed in her wake. This was Aphrodite, born not from a mother's womb, but from violence transformed into beauty, from chaos made into grace. The very name Aphrodite speaks to this origin, meaning foam-born in the ancient tongue. She was older than the Olympians, born from Titan blood, carrying within her a power that predated Zeus himself. The winds guided her first to the island of Cythera, but she did not linger there. They carried her onward to Cyprus, where she finally stepped onto dry land. The Horae, goddesses of the seasons, were waiting to receive her. They clothed her in garments fit for a goddess and adorned her with golden jewelry that caught the light like the sea foam from which she came. But Aphrodite's beauty was not merely physical. It was a force unto itself, a power that could topple kingdoms and drive even the wisest minds to madness. Gods and mortals alike would fall under her spell, not through any conscious effort on her part, but simply because to look upon her was to desire her. When she arrived on Olympus, the gods were struck silent. Every unmarried god immediately sought her hand. Poseidon, lord of the seas, desired her. Apollo, the radiant god of light, wanted her. Even Hephaestus, the smith god, whose appearance was considered less than beautiful, hoped she might be his. Zeus, recognizing that Aphrodite's presence would cause endless conflict among the gods, made a decision. He would give her in marriage to Hephaestus, the loyal craftsman, the one god least likely to inspire jealousy among the others. It was meant to be a diplomatic solution, a way to maintain peace on Olympus. But Zeus had forgotten something crucial about Aphrodite's nature. She was not merely a goddess of beauty. She was the embodiment of love itself, of desire, of the irresistible pull between souls. And love, true love, cannot be commanded or arranged. It follows its own laws, wild and untamable as the sea from which she was born. Aphrodite accepted the marriage to Hephaestus, but her heart remained free. She took lovers as she pleased, most notably Ares, the god of war. The pairing seemed contradictory at first, love and war, beauty and violence. Yet perhaps it made perfect sense. Both could overthrow reason, both could drive mortals and gods to acts they never imagined possible. Both were forces of nature that could not be denied. Her power extended far beyond Olympus. Mortals built temples to her across the Greek world. In Corinth, in Cyprus, in Cythera, people came to worship and seek her blessings. They prayed for love, for passion, for the courage to pursue their heart's desire. But they also learned to fear her, for Aphrodite's anger was as potent as her favor. Those who rejected love, who scorned her gifts or claimed to be above such mortal concerns, often found themselves humbled in the most devastating ways. She could make the proud fall hopelessly in love with the inappropriate, the unattainable, or even the monstrous. Her revenge was never violent in the traditional sense, but it cut deeper than any blade. She carried with her a magical girdle, a golden belt that made anyone who saw her wearing it instantly fall in love with her. Even Hera, queen of the gods, once borrowed this girdle to rekindle Zeus's affection, showing that even the most powerful goddesses recognized Aphrodite's unique domain. Yet for all her power over others, Aphrodite herself was not immune to love's complications. Her affair with the mortal Adonis ended in tragedy. Her involvement in the Trojan War, sparked by a beauty contest and a golden apple, led to the deaths of thousands. Love, as she embodied it, was not always kind or fair or just. It simply was, as inevitable as the tides, as undeniable as beauty itself. She was attended by the Graces, goddesses of charm and beauty, and by Eros, sometimes called her son, sometimes her companion, who carried arrows that could pierce any heart and kindle desire where none existed before. Together they moved through the world, leaving transformation in their wake. From sea foam and divine violence came the goddess who would shape countless destinies. She was born from the old world, but claimed her place in the new. She was beauty and danger, pleasure and pain, the gentle touch and the consuming fire. She was Aphrodite, and her power over hearts, mortal and divine, would never diminish. Thank you for joining me tonight. Until we meet again, may beauty and wonder find you in unexpected places.